Well, joining us now, because we're turning our attention to something else, apart from the row going on in Lagos over waterways, which is not unconnected with what we're about to discuss anyway, is Ismail Ahmed, who is Senior Special Assistant to the President on Social Investment. You're welcome to Sunrise Daily.
Thank you very much.
Oh, you wear many caps. You're also in the APC's restructuring committee. I mean, I don't know if you were able to...
True Federalism Committee.
Is that what it's called now?
Yeah, that's what we call it.
I thought it was a restructuring.
That's what we call it.
A true federalism. Now,
yes.
You heard the row, I mean, just before they came to us, the discussion going on in Lagos over waterways. I mean, even things looks as straightforward as waterways. It would seem that there is some confusion over who should be regulating activities on waterways. The Lagos State government believes we should be in charge. We are in charge of the people here. We are looking after their welfare. And, you know, NIWA says, no, we're in charge of the waterways. We are in charge. And they've gone to court over that. And even now have problems interpreting the judgment. From what you have seen, I mean, going round, because right now you're supposed to be collating...
Yes. We're on a listening tour, yes. We're listening to Nigeria.
What have you heard so far?
Well, we're still putting our report together. We have not finished, you know, our listening tour. We just, I think about 2 days ago, we just had an open engagement with young people. We'll be having with women groups and civil society and faith-based organizations as well. We've gone around the country, all the 6 geopolitical zones. We've gone to 2 venues in each of the zones. We've taken memorandums. The secretariat of the committee is going to put it all together. So you're done going around. You're done going around. We've gone all over the country. We're done doing that. Now we are focusing on particular groups, you know, to hear what they have to say about that. So
how are you selecting these groups? Just a little curious.
No, just the major groups: youth groups, women groups, civil society, faith-based organizations. All the ones that have opinions or contributions to make are the ones that we're calling for. And it's an open memoranda. We make sure that it is advertised that everyone is invited who has an opinion. That,
do you have an office? Maybe individuals would also like to submit.
No, we give. We have a secretariat. It has been advertised, and
where is it? This is an opportunity to advertise.
No, but you can even drop it at the APC secretariat if you want, and we can pick it up. It's not a problem. APC secretariat is known to everybody. You can drop it off at the APC secretariat if you have any, and we'll pick it up. It's not a problem.
Okay, so what have you heard so far? I mean, and all of this going around.
Well, I think there's a cocktail of different opinions. Everyone, you know, restructuring. I think we call it true federalism. You know,
that's what your committee calls.
That's what our committee is. It's true federalism. But you know, some would argue it's nomenclature. So different people have different interpretations of what restructuring is. I think what you see depends on where you sit. To some people, restructuring means resource control. To some people, restructuring means creation of more states. To some people, restructuring means, you know, being able to control waterways. You know, to some people, restructuring means, you know, devolution of power, that there shouldn't be a federal police or there should not be a federally regulated prisons. You know, states, if you have state high courts, you should have state prisons. You know, so there are a cocktail of opinions and contributions that Nigerians have of all hue and cry and creed and customs and ethnicity have brought in. So, and we're collating that. And once our report is put together. How is your committee going to proceed then?
I mean, trying to code, now that you have heard, and I'm sure that, you know, as you rightly pointed out, there will be many colors to what this true federalism means. I mean, from what you have been able to gather, if you say that you're calling it true federalism, even though some people will say that that's pretty clear. I mean, what federalism is all about in its very essence and what we currently practice. Now, how do you intend to collate this, and how do you think it's going to travel, the recommendations or the reports that you'll eventually come up with?
Well, this is an assignment that was given to us by the APC. You know, as a political party, as a governing party, felt as if they needed to get everyone's contribution on this. So once we're done, our recommendation put to the party, and the party will take the further necessary steps to make sure that you know, it is streamlined, and then we have the majority in the National Assembly. We are in charge of the executive, so we'll be able to put some of these ideas of Nigerians put together.
For a number of people, this is just a distraction. This is just a distraction to
well, I don't know if you'd call it distraction.
Your party had devolution of powers in its manifesto.
Yes, we did.
You did. Don't you still do?
We still have it in our manifesto, yes.
What did your party mean when you talked about devolution of powers?
No, we meant the devolution of powers. We meant when we're in government now, we wanted to hear more from people, because that was strictly our own position from the internal party. We had it. Now we are trying to listen to people who are from outside the party, so society organizations and everybody come together, tell us, because now we are in government. It's different from just an internal party structure kind of thing. So, and whether you have it in the manifesto or you have it in the constitution, these are rules or promises or estimates that are made by humans, and they're dynamic and they keep changing, and then we keep having this debate, and then we expand it or we constrict it. That's the nature of any document that is made by human beings. And that's what we're trying to do. It's nothing unusual.
It's not a ploy to buy time.
Buy time from what?
Buy time for 2019. Buy time and say,
we
started a program, we're trying to devolve powers.
Can we buy time?
We have heard what you mean by restructuring. Now you have to give us time to implement.
No, but really, can you buy time from 2019? You cannot stop an hour or a day or a minute from coming by. 2019 is going to come regardless of what we do. But we're a government, we're a party in government, and we have to just go on and listen to people on issues that clearly concerns a lot of people.
In your opinion, what would you say has led to the agitations that we've heard in recent times over the loud call, it's been really loud, over restructuring?
Loud, especially in the media. There's I don't know what led to. I think I could tell a lot of reasons why that. Some people from the word get-go have always believed that this federation is imbalanced, that there are so many things that are contradicting themselves. Some people have always said that. And I remember our chairman of our committee, Madam Nasir Rifai, he said as far back as 2012, he wrote an article on how imbalanced the federal system is. And there's so many people that have been talking about this. So I think at every given opportunity, and in different governments since we came back to democracy, there have been calls for either a national conference or this and that. We didn't want to make it a government jamboree where government spends a lot of money and bringing people, and then there will be another report and then nothing happens. Wanted to be a party-driven thing, so we used our own party structure to do it, and it has absolutely nothing to do with government. For now, it's a party thing. Once we get it together, we submit it to the party, and the party will go through the processes of lobbying and see if it is possible for us to implement it. So I think the reasons for the agitation could be many, and they are genuine. Some of them are very valid as well. There's nothing wrong with once in a while for any union or any nation or any country to look at itself and say, look, we want it to be better, than what it is right now. And that is the essence, of human governance.